How's it going, everybody? Lead meteorologist John Choquette here for our daily 12 p.m. hail forecast. We got the comments down in this corner over here. I switched what side the comments were on because yesterday the camera that I'm looking at covered up all the comments, so it made it kind of pointless. So anyway, oh hey, look at that. So if you watch us on YouTube, you can actually put any comments you have. If you're watching us on YouTube, you can put comments in and it pops up on the screen as well. So anyway, just as a little note there. But looks like we have some activity possible today. And I know a lot of you guys care about the Dallas area, so we're going to get into that in just a second. Just make sure, as always, we have that daily update here. If I can, man, what the heck just happened? There we go. Sorry about that. We have it. Make sure that notifications are set up on your for your app. Go on your desktop computer, go to hailtrace.com, sign in, notification options, and notification settings. You can pick those various ways to get the notifications, whether through your push notification, through an email, or through your desktop computer, and what regions you'd like to be selected, such as the Dallas area, for example, or the whole state of Texas, or the entire country. Either way, those things all are there for you to sign to do. Anyway, here's our forecast for today, and I didn't change my I forgot to do the animations on the graphics here. Been doing some other stuff here this morning, so I got a little distracted. But basically, what we have here, a 20% chance here for the Dallas area, 15% further south towards Waco, and then they have a 2% down in Austin. Further to the east, 2% in the Shreveport area, and up to not the golf ball, up to tennis ball size hail is possible anywhere here in the orange area. And main reason we have that, we have for I don't want to blame John today. We have 20%. I think what's going to happen is storms are going to fire very close to the Dallas area, probably just to the north of, like, say, McKinney and places of such. A little bit further north, probably right along where my northern edge of the orange is here. I think the storm's going to fire right there and then move through the Dallas area. Now, I only have 20%, not because there's a 20% chance of at least quarter-size hail. I think there is going to be a near 100% chance the Dallas area sees hail of some size today. Whether that's pea-size hail or tennis ball-size hail is the big question. We get the storms to really get going. They stay isolated for just long enough. They can drop upwards of tennis ball-size hail. The atmosphere is primed for really big hail today, especially across the Metroplex and down towards Waco. The question is it going to be a squall line that comes through that really keeps those hail sizes much lower, and we just see some quarter, maybe $half size hail through the Metroplex? Or we have an isolated storm, possibly even firing off the dry line earlier than when the cold front pushes through. Then you can see some very large hail out of that, upwards of tennis ball, even baseball size hail. So that's the big question we have for today. Places like Austin, you're at 2%, mainly because your best chance of seeing hail is probably going to be any storms that fire off the dry line and the cap that keeps storms in check. It looks pretty strong, so I think your chances are pretty low. But if a storm does fire, you as well can see upwards of tennis ball size hail, assuming it can happen. What about here in Tyler, Texas? Further to the east, the further to the east you get from I-35 in Texas today, the less of a chance of bigger hail you have. I think places like I have here in the yellow here across Arkansas, Louisiana, I think all these areas, I have the yellow for some isolated quarter $half size hail and stronger little updrafts, and what's going to be a probably pretty strong squall line that's going to be racing to the south and east this evening. So a lot of wind possibility, a lot of maybe a little squall line spin up tornadoes, but hail is going to be at a minimum. So I think that's why 2% for Shreveport, and that's upwards at quarter $half size hail. For the most part, I think it'll be sub-severe hail with the occasional larger hail mixed in there. Anything for South Texas? Ask Art. I think South Texas, not going to happen today. You get a little bit south of Austin, Texas, and that is it. You're not going to see anything today. And same for the Houston area. I think the cold front moves through a little too late for any sort of big-time thunderstorms. I think you'll see some thunder, some lightning, some heavy rain. Hail, probably not, as that cold front blasts through probably about 3, 4 in the morning. Too late for any severe hail, so I think the cutoff is going to be just south of Lufkin for any sort of large hail there. Fort Worth, Keller, anywhere here in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. So I tried to highlight the whole Metroplex. I might have, I don't know, I tried eyeballing it a little bit. I might not have gotten far enough west, but pretty much anywhere, all 5, 6, however many counties it is that the Metroplex is in, you're all at risk for this today, and it's going to be anywhere after about 5 o'clock this afternoon. So this is, I have a local one for Dallas and Fort Worth. Between 5 and 9 is when you're expecting to see it. The maximum hail size, I think, would be upwards of tennis ball size hail. Again, it's somewhat conditional. It's if we get storms to stay isolated and can really have a strong enough updraft to make that big hail quickly. It doesn't need to be happening very long. Storms will be forming close enough to the Metroplex where I think if it goes up and we just have about 20 minutes, it'll probably affect somebody in the Metroplex, ideally closer to the northern sides of the Metroplex, like Plano, McKinney, Denton, Keller, I think is one, Grapevine, where all those towns right around where the international airport is. And north sides of Fort Worth and Dallas, I think, have a better chance than, say, like Waxahachie for really big hail. But that's what we're expecting. And I have that 20% chance. 20% chance, again, is for that tennis ball size hail, not just for hail in general. Hail in general, 80, 90% chance it's going to happen at some point today. Whether or not it's severe hail is obviously the big question that you guys want answers to. And winds up to 70 miles per hour with maximum here. Okay, got a whole bunch of other comments coming in here. Anyway, so that's what we're looking at for today. I'm going to switch off of this now. I'll go back up to just the map for a second for those of you guys who are just joining in. This is our forecast map for today. And I will switch over to the computer models, give you guys a couple visual aids of what we're expecting to have happen today. Again, anytime after 5. And of course, we will be here and doing any sort of live coverage for you guys if anything significant happens. Hell, I probably will come up just when storms are near Dallas. I did that last time because, again, a large percentage of our viewer base is in the Metroplex. So I know it's very important for you guys. So that's why we try to make sure to give you the latest and give you the scoop. Try to outdo your local news source to give you all those details about large hail. Anyway, so just give me 1 second here, guys. I'm going to switch up the computer to screen display. And we pop on the models. There we go. So this is the 3KM NAM. This is, again, one of our high-res models that goes into the medium range, not so much the as short range. This one from earlier this morning shows, so you see here, this is about 7 o'clock. Ooh, got a long comments coming in my corner here. So at about 7 o'clock, see, this model shows there's storms. So here's the Dallas County, Tarrant County, Denton County, Collins County. I want to say, I don't know if I got that right, but I know most of the ones near Dallas now. It shows storms forming just to the west of Fort Worth, some storms just north, and then moving through. It doesn't show anything forming along the dry line with this particular model, but it does show storms moving through the area, and these would be producing pretty large hail in them, at least upwards of golf ball size hail. And now we go to the HRRR. This is the high-res model that updates every single hour. I'll show you guys. So 16C out. I don't think that one's out far enough yet. So I'll go to the not the most recent one that's coming out right now, but the most recent one that came out about an hour ago. And we look through, we fast forward here. And this one shows we have storms firing along dry line. I think Austin is around this general area somewhere. And it shows storms firing. This one has a storm splitting and have a north split go through Waco, along with storms forming. This one's pretty much right on top of Dallas and moving through the south side. So you have storms forming very close to or on top of the Metroplex. And for a day like today, that is kind of what we want to have happen. The biggest hail is going to pop up and just happen. Like right as that storm initially forms, lots of lift, and that's where the big hail will fall out. So we need that to happen before the cold front undercuts it and kind of kills everything, keeps that hail size smaller. So that's what we're looking at for today, and why Austin's at a 2%, because again, I think Austin's pretty far down here, like in this county right in here where the little bubble comes down, and it gets kind of close, but not quite enough. And then you see here, Houston's down here, and not really much going on. Another side note, we're probably going to see some sleet and freezing rain here in Oklahoma City. I've been living here, I think it's my 5th year here in Oklahoma City, and it's the first time I'm going to see some wintry precipitation in April living here. I'm from Connecticut, so I've seen stuff in April all the time, but this will be a first for me here. I kind of wish that wasn't the case. It was a little bit warmer, get a little more hail happening, but you know, that's Mother Nature for you. Wants to have winter a long time this year. All right, I'm looking at that. I haven't seen this model yet. I don't even know if it's out far enough for storms to fire yet? Not quite. All right, this one's coming out right now as a 16Z, the one for the latest run of the HRRR, and it hasn't gone out far enough yet for us to really see what's going on there. But I can show a couple other ones. Maybe I just need like 2 more hours of this in here. And the model runs, this particular model has been very consistent of showing stuff forming right by Dallas. Every now and again it has something firing off the dry line, but it has stuff near Dallas, takes off, impacts the area, moves through, etc. Go an hour even earlier than that, and it shows storms moving through. This one a little further to the west this time. Storms firing, moving through, etc. So it'll be going from northwest to southeast, and behind it, some pretty chilly air for the Dallas area. I know today's going to get in the 80s, and then tomorrow I think it's going to be maybe in the 60s. It's going to be pretty chilly here. So, repeat of 2003. What happened in 2003? Oh, was 2003? Because we've done all the maps here, Hailtrace. We've done all the maps all the way back to 2000, and I think I remember 2003. There was one supercell that came through and it split into like 3 and it hit the Metroplex like all in different areas, like back to back to back. I think that's the one we're talking about here. Again, it's a lot of storms up in this memory bank. It's hard to discern which one is which. All right, I'm gonna try to. No, I want. Crud. There you go. Let's see. Did this get? I just need like 1 more hour run. Okay. So it's showing again. I couldn't get far enough. This is about 6 o'clock. The model's coming out right now, so it's kind of hard for us to see. I can also look ahead too, guys. I figure while we're here, why not? Let's look beyond just today, beyond just the Dallas area. Nothing probably this weekend. So chances are after any coverage that we have today of storms as they happen, I probably am going to kind of take a little bit of a break this weekend. I have a new computer for home, but God, these friggin' ads. But I haven't gotten everything all set up to do videos from home yet, and I don't think there's gonna be anything over this weekend. So, but anyway, this is what we're looking at. This is the latest model, the American model, showing what we're expecting. Again, probably kind of quiet through the beginning of the week, showing just some various stuff. But we watched this trough kicking in through California, and this has been very consistent now on both models. Now the details were a week out, so the individual details about who gets what, where, the level of moisture return, etc., all this stuff coming in for thunderstorms, not that important right now 1 week out. The big thing of important is just consistency. Are we having a trough come in? Is it going to be negatively tilted? Which I know probably doesn't mean much to you guys, but just know that you want a negatively tilted trough in the upper levels of the atmosphere. That means good severe weather versus positively tilted, which means lame severe weather. So negative, lots of hail. Positive, not so much, lots of rain. So, but this one shows negatively tilted trough, really strong coming in here. And then really takes off, and this would be, again, a pretty widespread severe weather outbreak type of event. This is continuing to show some sort of strong long wave trough, negatively tilted, coming in towards the end of next week, and that would be probably a multi-day event. Lots of hail. We're kind of behind. We're very behind right now on just sheer hail numbers. So we need a couple big events to come through to kind of catch us up, and hopefully we can still manage above average once everything all shakes out in 2018. And that moves through, and then it looks like we're maintaining what will be a much more active pattern beyond that. This is further out. Again, another one coming through, and then after that, another one coming through, and then it's out far enough where the model doesn't know what's going on and just says nothing's happening, which we know in weather is not the case. So that is just a little overview, a little sneak peek at what we're looking at for going into the next week. I know it'll be pretty quiet going into after today, and then going through the weekend, which I know you guys don't want to see. We don't want to see it being super quiet either. I get to spend lots of time with my girlfriend, but this is the time of year where that means there's not a lot of storms happening. And let's see, is this model out a little further? Yeah, I'm not getting out far enough to see everything really good for the latest run. But just to it seems to be continuing that trend of stuff firing. over the Dallas area. So expect sometime today after about 5 o'clock tonight, storms firing up. There we go. Pretty much right over Dallas, and that risk is going to be up close to, will we get up to tennis ball size hail? That's going to be the big question. And obviously we will be here. We will do live coverage for you guys when the storms move towards the Dallas area. And hopefully we get some big storms. Cross your fingers, do your hail dance, pray to your God. You know, pray to the hail gods if you believe in that, I guess. Do everything you can to hope that hopefully we get some big storms today. And we can end this little hail drought across the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I'm getting sick. I know I'm getting sick and tired of saying, oh, it might hail today, guys, and then I watch it all kind of fall apart. So maybe this will be the day. And then one of these events will do it, right? Exactly. All right, so with that, make sure you guys follow us on Facebook. I know most of you guys do, but, you know, if it's your first time watching, give us a follow. I'm sure if you're watching us here on Facebook, and you've already liked our page, go that one step further, hit follow, hit see first, so we pop at the top of your news feed. So if you miss our notifications for our live videos, it pops up just right at the top of your news feed, so you can't miss any of these lovely videos, or any of the posts as well of maps that we have 5-star, 4-star, 3-star, 2-star map, or 3, 4, 5-star maps, all available on our Facebook page. And give us a call. You have more if you want more information about hail trace, about further questions about our forecast, or even just hail report requests, you can give us a call, you can email us, or you can visit our website, hailtrace.com. Get lots of details there, and you can message us on intercom on hailtrace.com. It's going to be the lower right-hand corner of your screen, a little blue circle with a speech bubble in it, and you can message us directly on there. It's becoming a more popular way for you guys to speak with us, and we respond fairly quickly, depending on how busy it is. Obviously, if Dallas gets a really big storm today, we may get kind of backed up, and we apologize in advance if there's a little bit of a delay for when we get back to you guys. But with that, I'm going to wrap things up. Cross your fingers that I will be back here approximately 5, 6 o'clock doing some live continuing coverage to the Dallas area. Do those hail dances, guys. Cross those fingers. I'll see you later today. Have a great rest of your Friday if I don't see you, and I'll see you hopefully today.